Hello and welcome in a new devlog video for Iron Front Armor 3. Today we are going to discover the version 36 to be released in May 2019. We're going to browse the changes on the infantry weapons and then the changes and new vehicles that are added in this upcoming version. Let's start right away with what should have been released in Desert Rats but was not finished yet. That are the new bolting animation. So they are better matching to the rifles. It's a slight change, but it looks a bit stronger in quality. And the other change is the handling of the bolt action rifles reloading. So I'm going to empty this magazine here. I'm going to reload it, so I'm completely empty, and as it's a landfill, I'm going to load 2 clips of 5 rounds. If I've emptied 5 bullets here, I'm going to reload it, and it's going to load only 1 clip and not 2 clips, as it was before, or in the stable version. And if I'm firing only a few bullets, here I'm not going to load any clip, I'm going to swap to a bullet per bullet reload animation. And this is available on all bolt action rifles. Another change is on the bayonet system, which is made stronger. The detection is better. You have less chances for it to miss the target if you are stabbing on a ground that is not flat, and in general it's made much stronger and less demanding in terms of performances. Next change is on the submachine guns. Their recoil has been reviewed, so it's less a random spray and more patterned. So it's going to be up and down, more than in any direction. And you will have the pleasure to try it in PvP and tell us if it made your life better. Next change on the Panzerfaust: they are now disposable. It means that you can fire them only once and then they are done. So you cannot carry Panzerfausts in your backpack, you have to carry the launcher itself. To activate it, here when I start it's not activated, it's like on RHS, you have to press R, it's going to unfold the sight, remove the safety, and I can shoot. Once I've shot, I'm going to automatically throw the Panzerfaust on the ground, and it's over. You have to grab a new one if you want to shoot again. Moving on to the vehicles, we made changes to all the mirrors, so now they have a better view angle, so you have a greater view, and also they are acting as mirrors and not as rear cameras. It means that here you can see the truck is on the left part of the mirror, whereas in the previous version it was on the right side, so it was looking a bit unnatural. So now it's fixed on all vehicles, and the vehicles that did not have a mirror but were compatible with it now have it. Another fix on the Austin is the less stretchy arms. So it has an assisted direction, but better than breaking your arms each time you want to turn. Next change on vehicles is the tank's damage system. It's not yet implemented. The tracks have not been upgraded yet. It will be in the next version, but all the other parts of the tanks have changed. You can see here that it's a burnt down tank, so it spawned directly from Eden like that with no else. So it looks burnt. Another option when you spawn in Eden is to remove the turret. Here you can see a little artifact, but it's going to be removed and fixed. But you can start it like this and then place the turret separately. for compositions. If you are using A3 and you have the A3 compatibility patch, you will have the turret eventually blowing off when the tank is going to cook off. For now it's only enabled with A's, but it's really, model-wise it's ready, so it's going to be implemented in Ironfront in the near future in vanilla solution. So you won't need Ace anymore. But for now, if you have Ace, it's going to blow away. Otherwise, you can use it as a composition and parts for your missions. What it changed radically is that this is a tank that I can climb in, which is damaged. And you can see the turret is oriented this way. It has a skin applied. And now I'm going to destroy this tank. Okay, so again I'm going to here through my so it's exploded, and you can see that the model did not change, so it's still the same tank with the turret oriented. You can see it with this skin, it's quite difficult, but on a winter screen it's visible, and it has kept its number, but when it's destroyed it's going to stay the very same tank, and it's not going to turn out into a destroyed model with its own skin, its own setup. No, it's going to really look like how it was when it got destroyed, so more feels more natural, of course. And it keeps the customizations you had, so the skins, the number, etc. Of course, if you have A3 and the turret is blown off, it's going to receive the texture of the tank, so if you have a camo tank, it won't blow off as a yellow tank, yellow turret like this. It's going to apply the camouflage to the turret before it goes out. Next change you have seen if you are subscribed to our Twitter or following us on Discord are the new Jeeps, so 3 new models. First, on the standard Jeep, you can see that the headlights are fixed, so it doesn't look junky anymore. And of course, the mirrors are fixed too, better angle and acting as mirror, as any other vehicle. Then we have the hooded version, so it's purely cosmetic, it won't protect you, it's only close, so no luck if you get fired at, but it makes some variation. And it locks the windshield, you cannot remove it. Next version is the 30 caliber Jeep to match to the MG42 Cobble Wagon, so now you can go on recon with the Jeep and you can protect yourself. So let's get in as gunner. Okay, and so here I am. So something new, a new feature that is a prototype on this model but will be expanded to all open turret vehicles like cars or half-tracks or boat drivers, etc, etc, is the ability to turn in. So here it's not a major feature because you're just sitting here, it just lower your silhouette, but in a half-track, for example, you will be able to get inside, get in the turret, man it, fire the MG, and when danger is too big, you will be able to turn in and hide in there. So not very interesting here, but it was, as I said, a prototype, and it's going to be expanded. The last one is the wild driver. The last one is the medical Jeep, so you can use it for medevacs. You have custom animations for the cargo, because you can of course get in as wounded soldier. The camera is a bit creepy, but from the external it looks nice. And you can evacuate your wounded soldiers from the battlefield directly on the stretcher, so it makes 2 positions, crew position, and 4 cargoes. And please let me in as driver. Holy crap. Shh. You have seen nothing. Now I'm going to move to the next. And you can see I'm carrying my buddies here. So you better hold like the Superman guy on the back. Oh, you see this one died. I don't know if that's the bayonet or his wounds, but he passed out. A new change on the vehicles is like on this Cobble wagon here. A reworked damage model. As for the tanks, it's going to look much more complex. The interior is not going to disappear. Many issues have been fixed, and it looks a bit better now when it's destroyed. As for every cars and trucks that have been reviewed. And the big cake of this update is the Churchill tank made by Invasion44 that we have been allowed to import. So we have the classic MK7 Churchill with 75mm gun, 2 Besa machine guns, and then we have 3 brand new variants that we created for this update. The 95mm howitzer, the AVRE, I don't know how to say it, AVRE, the Angina tank with a big 290mm Spy-Got motor, and then the Crocodile Churchill with a mounted flamethrower, and we are going to try them right now, so we can get as driver, machine gunner, loader, gunner, or commander. Only the loader and the commander can turn out because the model is old, but it will eventually be upgraded. So these 2 hatches right there, will be openable. For now it's not the case, so you are bound to an interior view if you're on the front of the tank like this, or as machine gunner. Then loader you can turn out, and commander you can turn out. You have the 3D cupola of many other tanks. You can turn out here in FFV and grab your binoculars and look around. As gunner, here we have the 75mm gun, same as on the Cromwell. So the tank is not very powerful in terms of firepower like this, but it has a 150mm front hull, 90 on the sides, and 60 on the back. So it's quite a big rolling bunker. It doesn't go fast, only 24 km/h, but it's very resistant to damages. On the howitzer, it's a very good support gun, but as you can see, it has a very small range because the initial speed is only about 330 meters per second. So you have a specific sight here, which is not historically accurate, but which is helpful if you're using it for the first time, because the range is written directly on the scale to the left or to the right for the MG. So it fires a 95mm HE shell that does 300 damages. In comparison, the HE of the 75mm is about 90 hit damage. 88 shell is about 100. This one is 300, and the AVRE, is about 1,000 damages, which is the biggest HE shell in the mod. So a very good support tank here, no AP, no APCR, only a big H round to kill many infantry. Up to a long distance or 800 meters in the site. Now as the Aver, let's get in as gunner. We have a completely different system here with no zoom turret and a very weird sight here that you can see. The top reticle is for the MG, and then you have 20 yards, 50 yards, and 100 yards. That's the maximum range of the Aver spike gun mortar, because you're going to see right now it fires some big 18 kilograms mortar, so it deals 1000 damages. Here I shot at 50 yards and destroyed the barbed wires, but if I shoot closer it's very long to load, so 24 seconds like the GS2. But if I shoot closer, I can even feel the shockwave on my tank. So if you score a direct hit on a light tank, you're very likely to blow it up just by the power of the HE shell. I'm going to fire it one last time. So it has a 100-yard range, which is about 90 meters. And I'm going to try to reach the bunker here. And you can see that it fires this potato. Okay, that flies and deals a huge amount of damages. So it will of course put down any house up to 100 yards. And the last Churchill tank, but not the least, because it's going to make a lot of people whine or yell and die, of course, which is the Crocodile Tank. So you can see it here. It has a flamethrower in the hull instead of base machine gun. It still has the 75mm gun as the standard MK7, but the flamethrower is just quite a big death trap. So it has about 110 meters range. It looks like that. You can see that I'm going up to the bunker, which is about 100 meters away. And I can literally burn everyone inside. It's as efficient and even a bit more efficient because the flames are bigger than an infantry flamethrower. And you carry 2 magazines of 200 rounds, which are the same size as the infantry flamethrower. You notice that there is no fuel cart behind the tank because, of course, with Arma, towing something is not the smartest thing you can do during a wall game, so we decided to have it inbuilt to the tank. But of course the amount of fuel is reduced, not to make it too unbalanced, because it's very powerful already. I mean, a combination of a Aver tank and a Crocodile tank is going to be very, very deadly. So I'm going to drive it now around there and go in town and burn some houses. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and see you soon on the battlefield on version 36 of Iron Front. See you!